Hi, everybody, and welcome to Let's Chat. What the heck?
That was Jason.
What are you doing?
Somebody's calling Jason.
So
Tell me on the chat.
tonight we're going to talk about the episode start to finish, which last night was the last episode till like February 2016, and I thought this was a really good episode. It was like they got a lot into an hour. I'm kind of bummed it wasn't an hour and a half, but what did y'all think?
Should have been longer, but
Oh, go ahead, Jason.
it should have been longer, but maybe they could have talked about show like a little preview of Negan's bat or something like that. Maybe they could have teased that instead.
Right?
Yeah.
Ooh, 30 minutes worth of inside of his camp, like they did with that 2 or 3 weeks with the governor. That was really
Yes.
cool.
Yes. Now, when we opened, right, we got Sam in the house. He puts an empty plate in the hall. I didn't know whose feet those were. And I do not ever want to hear tiptoe through the tulips
I know.
again. And it went on and on. Did it make you mental, Moms?
Absolutely. The whole way through.
Now, mind you, Denise, the doctor, right? She's a psychiatrist. But we've had this event, the zombie event, has gone on 24 months now. I don't know how many days this little psycho kid has been allowed to be upstairs with ants crawling through his window, coming down to half a cookie that he is clearly sharing with them by the bed. And is he drawing on paper or on the carpet?
I guess on paper.
On paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's just since the wolves came in. He's only been that mental since the wolves came in.
Okay.
But Carol did that. Carol messed that kid up. In fact, I went back to see what she said to him.
What was it?
And it was cool. Now, my writing is itty bitty, and I might not be able to see it.
Okay.
She said when he followed her in when she was going to steal the guns, and he thought she was going in to make cookies, and she said to him, "You'll be outside the wall, tied to a tree, and you'll scream and scream and scream because you'll be so afraid. No one will come to help because no one will hear you. Well, something will hear you. The monsters will come. The ones out there, and you won't be able to run away. They come for you, and they will tear you apart and eat you up, all while you're still alive, and while you can still feel it. And then afterwards, no one will ever know what happened to you. Or you can promise to never tell what you saw here, and then nothing will happen to you. And you'll get cookies, lots of cookies. I know what I think I should do."
Oh
So
my
she's the one
God.
that messed that kid up.
That's why he asked about the monsters to her. I remember that scene and it was frightening. But that's intense, Moms.
Yeah. And then he asked her again after the wolves came about how not to become a monster. And she said you have to kill the monsters not to become a monster. But at the end there, man, he's yelling for his mom. He's going to get them killed.
Yes. Oh, I wanted to, like Michonne, turn around and slice his head off, right? Now, the next scene that I liked was seeing the tower fall, but we had a new angle with that tower falling directly at our camera view. It in slow motion too, and then the walkers pouring in through the dust was bugging.
Chunks of wood in them. That was really cool.
Yeah. And that one walker with his jaw completely askew, he made it the whole way through to the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, it was dangling, right? Like down practically to his belly button. That was vicious.
I think they had that just like the first season of The Walking Dead. They had like a walker in that little store.
that was impaled.
Yeah.
Yep, you nailed it. Yep. So they're like, me and Tommy were talking about that, and Tommy picked that up. There was a lot of flashbacks, to things that those of us who watch intently get it. Now, when Rick was on the ground and the dust was pouring in, it reminded me of The Fog with Adrienne Barbeau back in the day, the horror movie.
I remember. I used to love her.
Yes. Oh, and she couldn't get in a good movie, right? And
Amazon.
he tells everybody, yeah, get in your houses. Everybody, get in your houses. With his country voice, he just kills me. And then we see Ron, and I'm thinking, with the gun in his hand, right? Oh, that kid is creeping me out. Now, did anybody else totally dig Deanna going John Wayne and running towards trouble? Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
You see how she was handling that gun.
No, Deanna never needs to run towards trouble.
No.
I mean, she proved it right there. I mean, she never needed to run towards trouble. She should have always ran away from it and just kept being the leader.
But I gotta give her thug points, wannabe thug points. And she made the point to Rick in the middle of that chaos. And Rick says, you need to get back. And she says, we need to get back, right?
Yeah, but Rick's been through it. He knows how to handle it. He thugged.
Yeah, now, but see, he thinks like, I've got to do everything. And he doesn't, right? Because they've missed the opportunity to teach these people. They've been behind those walls for 24 months. And she points out, they're not stupid. They're just innocent, right? They haven't experienced anything because of that geographic quarry they have. But when she falls, I got confused there. She puts a gun up under the chin of a zombie, and then she falls, and it looked like she fell on a saw blade or something.
Yeah,
did y'all catch? Okay.
Yeah, it caught her side.
And she had gotten bit too, and we didn't know that because, man, she was cut hard,
Well, it's kind of hard not to figure out that she got bit when the zombie was underneath her when she fell.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it as well. Like that zombie kind of looked just dunly bit or something.
Yeah.
White next to her.
Yeah, and she's so skinny, but I was just impressed she was such a thug, right?
Yeah.
And then we go to Carol and Morgan, and Carol...
Then come back.
Okay. Don't forget us.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to eat here.
Oh, okay, good. So Carol and Morgan, Carol falls down, right? And then we got Maggie shooting while on the ground, and she's racing up the ladder, and the ropes start to break like ain't nobody checked the ropes, right? And they've been going up this ladder forever. And she barely reaches that platform, throws herself on her back, and what does she see in the air above her?
The balloons.
Green balloons.
Yes! That was almost, it choked me up a little bit. I was like, what? Because she totally chilled. She knew she was safe. She wasn't looking ahead of how am I going to get down? How many months am I going to be up here? She just threw herself on that when she looked up. I thought that was real intense. You know what I mean?
Well, did you think about how it paralleled Glenn's experience, where he was trapped up on top of that dumpster? Like, not falling and everything, but how he was just totally surrounded and he got up on top of the dumpster to get away from him.
No.
It was actually a throwback to when he was trapped in the prison on that lookout. Because he was trapped the same way at the prison. When, the
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But that is a good tie-in, like him under the dumpster and having to wait it out. Yeah, both of them going through the same thing. That's wild. Now then we go to Eugene, and he's pressed up against a building. That was awesome. And they're just surging on both sides of that building or house. And then the radio goes off that draws their attention. And it's my man, Daryl, right? And so now we know why he said, help, help.
Oh, no, see, I didn't get that. I was dying because even the walkers know that Eugene is so dead they don't even want to mess with him. You know,
That is a good point. He was like invisible. Maybe the mullet is like the Vulcan cloaking device, right? I
the
mean, we don't
dancing
know.
hair.
And then how about Sasha? Was it Sasha and Tara, or was it Rosita and Tara?
Rosita.
Y'all,
It was Rosita.
Rosita. They come shooting around the corner and save it. They are such a freaking team. It is mind blowing, isn't it? Somebody got the
Our
TV on.
family's pocket.
In some cases, they're really, really good. You know, like, they're writing them as really good, strong characters right now.
Like military good. Like, remember when we saw Maggie get back with who's our girl who's Abe's got a crush on?
Sasha.
Sasha.
Okay.
When she and Maggie had been apart, and when they had to jump into action, they immediately put their backs together in the street like they hadn't been separated any time at all, and were fighting for everything.
Yeah.
So we got Tara, Eugene, and Rosita. They slammed the door in that garage, right?
That, yeah, now,
Yeah.
I have to say, that man is
Go
just
ahead, Tom.
useless.
Who's useless, Tommy?
Eugene.
No.
But the lock picking is in his set of skills.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
He's got good skills, but he's such a coward that he's useless.
Who saved our girl? It was Eugene, who got all the zombies away by blasting music in the van. When he had to courage up, who saved one of our favorite characters? The mullet. There's power in the mullet, Tommy. You got to recognize.
I know. I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying when it comes to actually fighting walkers or saving people, he's not really good at it. And,
Well, he's
that was one lucky shot that he saved Tara. If it hadn't been for that, he probably would never save anybody. He'd probably let everybody get eat.
He threw that girl over his shoulder because she was dying. He done good. So you got to give him a snap. So then we go to Gabriel. The Reverend has suddenly become part of the team, and he's not a big blubbering coward. So we got Gabe, Ron, Michonne, Rick, Carrie, and Hurt Deanna, Ron and Carl running in the street, and all of a sudden they're trapped by the zombies. And who in the heck saved them? This still blows my mind.
Yeah.
Jessie.
What's her name, Jen? Jessie?
Yes, Jessie. She saves every single one of them and gets them into her house.
Well, the thing
But did you see the preacher killed some zombies?
Yes.
Walker?
Mind-blowing, Moms. Gabriel
I know.
just became he thugged up. It's crazy.
Have the music blowing.
Yes. Oh, yeah, and then the mom this is so Carl, get in your room at the farmhouse, and he was never in his room because he didn't listen, and I wanted him dead then, and she tells Sam, turn off the music, be very quiet. He doesn't. No one makes him turn off the music, and they're pouring upstairs to the house. They got, Deanna on the sofa bleeding all over, and the kid just keeps on tiptoe through the tulips. Oh, it broke part of my brain hearing that over and over.
Well, here's the thing I can't figure out about that. They're in these houses that are actually lifted off the ground with steps. Wouldn't steps hinder walkers?
They could, but...
Well, the script wasn't written that way.
Thank you, Moms. Yeah, Tommy.
I mean, it just seems really odd that they could walk up the stair or steps without any problems whatsoever and just swarm the house.
They don't. Remember, they poured, not the whole house is not on stairs. That back part by the garage is ground level. When they pushed that glass in, they just walked in. And remember, they couldn't make it up the stairs of the house. Walkers ain't good climbers. Thank God. And how about the dark circles under Sam's eyes? Now, he's got a fresh, horrible haircut, but dark circles under his eyes. What the hell has Jessie been doing other than delivering food up to the little psycho when this is happening?
Well, I would say, since he's afraid of the monsters, that poor child has not been sleeping. He hasn't been eating a lot. And, yeah, just the stress is driving him nuts.
That's a good point. Now, then they take us to Morgan and Carol. I didn't really like the bouncing back and forth, right? Now, Carol's got the cut on her head, and she says she doesn't trust him, right? And she's dizzy and has to sit back down. Now, Tommy, tell what you feel about that.
I don't think she had the concussion like everybody thought, She was faking it because she knew the wolf had to die, and she knew he was down there. Well, someone was down there that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
So, I think she was kind of faking it because she was pretty strong when she was trying to kill him.
Yeah, because I guess she so badly did not want to be with him, that she already had a plan in mind. And then we go to Dr. Denise with the wolf, right? And the wolf goes, I don't even know his name, so I just call him the wolf. He goes, I don't think he's coming back. And I realized, holy crud, the wall's broken, the tower's broken, the wall, and poor Denise is in there with the wolf. And she hasn't even seen his wound yet. And when he showed it to her from across the room, I was like, Ermagerd, that is nasty, right?
Pussy and just...
Yes! You noticed the pus too, because I was like, ew, that is an oozing mass of putrid right there.
that
Now,
look...
No, yeah, that don't look right. It's what you were thinking, wasn't it, Jason?
Yep.
Say, I may not be a doctor, but I don't think that is looking good.
Yeah.
Now, Moms and Jason, y'all probably got the part where the wolf gave a little speech to Denise, and she's like, you can change, and he's like, we freed people by killing them, and then we took what was left. She was like, it was a weird dialogue. Do you think you belong here? Did y'all understand any of that with y'all's closet
Maybe
psychiatry? Because y'all really get this.
Yep. Maybe he was an outcast from the original place of there.
Ah.
And like he's probably like a previous person there.
And
So,
Denise has been there a long time. That's a good point.
yeah.
Would you think, Moms, or did you fall down? Oops.
Mom's left.
Okay, but yeah, that makes sense because she was pretty relaxed with him, and I was not happy when she was sneaking over there towards him, and she's like, you weren't born this way. You can change. And I'm like, all hell has broken loose outside your door, but she's a psychiatrist, remember?
Oh, no, it pissed me off when she started dragging out the antibiotics and everything to help him.
Like to get that close to him. Like, I got to do some doctoring.
Are you that dumb? They just tried to kill half your people.
Thank you. There's too much love there. It's like a commune. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
they got to go Harry Carry it in there instead of we got to love everybody.
I mean, you got Morgan. He just lets 5 or 6 of them go. A couple of in the same, pretty much the same part of the episode.
Yep.
And then they're all sitting there trying to heal up this one, and I'm sitting there going, these people just tried to kill you. They have no remorse. And he keeps saying he's going to kill you.
Yes. Yeah, and he looks
What's wrong with
psychotic. Now, what'd you think when Michonne was looking at Deanna's wound, right? And she's like, it doesn't look so bad considering, and then saw where she got bit. What did Deanna say, Tommy?
Oh, shoot, don't ask me.
Said, well, S-H-I-T.
Oh, yeah. I made
She's
a big point about that last night. I was like, and that's what she comes up with to say? Oh, shit.
Yes, she said it with such feeling, because I don't even like the profanity, but it was like, instead of, oh my God, I'm so sad, it was, well, bleep. Did you like it, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Got a kick out of it.
Yeah, it was kind of perfect, and it fit her little sassy character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Then we got Jesse and Rick, right? Deanna's getting a fever, but she's cracking jokes. And then Rick asked Jesse if she knows how it happens, meaning Dina. And that really surprised me when he said, does she know how it happens? And Jessie closed her eyes and said yes. In other words, did they have any experience to know they get a fever, they get sleepy, and then all of a sudden they open their eyes and they're a zombie? Yeah, that almost made me cry, you know what I mean? That was kind of emotional.
Well, that also goes back to saying that they had actually seen it happen before for them to know that.
Yes, because they never had a lesson on that. Right, so it's like they learned something, but maybe getting it from the guys who had done runs or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, how about Michonne's acting ability? I didn't realize, I thought Maggie had a connection with Dina, right? Michonne and Dina had such a compassionate stuff happening there.
Yeah, that was wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Well, do you remember whenever she was trying to convince Rick, you know, these people, we are unified, you know,
Yes.
in the last episode.
she's
And
the
then when she saw those plans, I think she realized, you know, this could really work.
Yes.
So I think that kind of made Deanna endearing to her.
Michonne wants walls and a roof, and from the beginning she was open to it. You know what I mean? Because she's gotten rid of that crazy Michonne who willfully walked around with a boyfriend and his brother, you know, on a chain without a bottom jaw. And she realized she'd been out there too long, and we're just finding out who she is. What did you think of it, Jason?
Hold on, let me stop too.
Okay, that's all right. You're chewing. I'm sorry. And then Michonne looked over the plans and says they could work to Dina. And Dina goes, even though? And Michonne goes, even though. And I mean, Michonne can act. Because I thought, oh my God, if Michonne cries, you know, the satellites will break all around the world. That girl was acting her tail off, right?
Oh, she was good.
Now,
Yeah,
go ahead, Jason.
I think Michonne is like the morality of the group now. Kind of like what Dale or Herschel was.
Yes.
Yeah, but unlike Dale and Herschel, she's actually got a grasp on it because, you know, Dale was that, you know, I'm going to hide the guns even though, you know, we're going to need them. Well, she's carrying her sword knowing, you know, I got to keep them level, but I know I got to keep my sword because something bad's going to happen.
Yeah. What about when Michonne asked Dina what did the words, the Latin words, mean on the plan, and she said it's something blank said, right?
Reg.
I got
Reg.
Oh, that I knew y'all would know. I said Jason and Moms will know. I got to do what I wanted right up to the end. Wow.
Yeah. And
That
the way
makes...
she went out was really good too.
Say it again, Moms.
The way she went out was really good too.
Yes, like a thug.
Yeah, give him hell like that.
Yeah. Yes, I'm telling you, she should have grown up in Compton or New Orleans or something. I mean, there was behind that little politician woman who knows how to act at a cocktail and a dinner party. There was a thug lurking in Dina.
Mama Ryan.
Yeah. And then Michonne says, "I want this place to work," right? And Dina says, "But what do you want for you?" And Michonne says, "I don't know." And Dina says, "You better." I mean, she's dying, ready to turn into a zombie, and she's still trying to help Michonne.
I kind of think she knows what she wants. She's just afraid she knows what she wants. You know, like she's afraid of getting too soft. But she wants something that actually works like Alexandria. And it scares her because, you know, everybody knows it's going to fall eventually at some point.
Yeah.
Either some crazy dude's gonna bring a tank and blow up your walls, or
Mm-hmm.
some crazy dude with a W carved in his head is gonna crawl over the fence and slice half your people to death.
Yeah. And that makes sense, because remember when she hung up her sword once she became the cop in the uniform?
Mm-hmm.
And Carol and Rick didn't share with her that Carol had got guns from the armory because they weren't sure, because they could see the change in her. So you're right. Yeah, that is big for her. You know? Okay. Now let's talk about Ron and Carl alone in the garage. That was cray-cray. What'd you think, Jason?
Like, I saw this prediction somewhere. It showed, like, what if Ron shoots Carl's eye out instead of the other one?
Daryl.
Yeah, it was either Negan or some doctor that shot Carl's eye.
I thought it was the Deanna who shot him in the eye. It was an accident. She was trying to kill somebody.
So I haven't read that part of it. I only seen pictures of what happened. But I wonder if they were going to replace it or not. Because he looked to his face, like the gun.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now it can't be Deanna. She's a zombie.
Yeah.
Okay, now how about the crazy dialogue that maybe only two teenagers could have? And then Ron says, Enid's dead. We all are. Carl says, my dad'll figure out something, he always does. Ron says, BS, your dad gets people killed and he's a killer. And when Carl said, yours is too, my jaw hung open. Yours is too, just as deadpan as could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ron's never killed anyone. Carl has. So that may be a trip Ron don't want to take.
Oh, Carl was not even scared in that garage, right? And then Ron pulls the gun on Carl, and then he somehow breaks the window or the glass in the door, the shovel.
Yeah.
And then, right, the ruckus makes the zombies come to that part of the house right through, because they had that white fence around the house.
Yeah.
And that fence gate wasn't latched all the way, so they just pushed right through it. Oh, I freaked out.
Yeah. And then he was like choking him with the shovel, like, oh.
Yes. And then how about Rick on the inside has to use an axe to hack off the doorknob, because Ron used it. Never have one of those in your house, people, a two-sided key lock. That's how you burn to death in your house, and a woman can't get away from the rapist who's upstairs in her house with that double lock. And then, remember, now the walkers are pouring in, and who is it that helps them hold a sofa up against the door? Is Father Gabriel, trying to hold, because to save them from Psycho Ron, Rick had to hack off the door lock to the house. Now the zombies are in the darn house. Made me crazy.
Where did he get the hatchet? I mean, like...
That's what he was using. That's what he was using to restore the wall. Whenever he was bracing up the wall, I thought, why is he using a hatchet? That's why he was using a hatchet.
Yes, to get the doorknob right, to hack off the lock. That's my understanding of what happened.
That hatchet looks a lot like the hatchet that they had in the first part of The Walking Dead, because he doesn't have his signature 44. He just had the hatchet.
Okay, because I was like, how convenient. I was thinking, in a building, you expect there to be, the cabinet hanging that says, in case of emergency, break glass to get the fire hose and the axe. But I thought, I don't think Jessie had that in her house, right? That idiot who got beat up by an abusive husband, Then Rick asks Carl what happens, and Carl covers for Ron. Like Carl knows this is not the time. We got to keep the zombies out the house. Carl was cool as a cucumber, man.
Well, I kind of think whenever he said, your father was a killer too, that I think that might have been a turning point for Ron. No, I'm not 100% sure, but just that how he kind of started fighting for his life after that.
Yeah.
I think that just might have slapped him in the face.
Because he did.
her dad did the same.
Yeah, his head went sideways, like, wow. You know?
Nah,
Go
I think
ahead.
you're helping. I think he's gonna be a cost of a big problem later.
But for right now, right? Then, how about Carl, being all Mr. Cool, goes upstairs, shuts the door, pulls the gun on Ron, and says, "Give me the gun back." And he gives it up to him, like, okay.
It's
And
like
then Carl,
he was talking about it's like I didn't mean it or something like that. It's like just like don't hurt me type of thing.
yes. And Carl was cool. Then Carl says, your dad was an a-hole.
Yeah.
I get it. My dad killed your dad. Like, Carl just summed it up in a few words, right?
Yeah.
And then it was like, but we have a house full of zombies. Carl didn't have to say that, but it's like, okay, I get it. My dad killed your dad. Your dad was an a-hole. It is what it is. Let's carry on. And then the baby started crying. How about that scene when Judith is up there crying and we see Dina where?
I thought for sure she was eating her.
Me too.
Yeah.
That would have been so funny.
It's like the moment when it stops crying, I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Oh no.
I thought she already bit her throat out, and Dina, all cool, goes, no, it's still me. Right? To Rick, like, oh yeah, I understand. Don't freak out. It's still me.
That's what I'm saying. But it would have been really funny if she'd actually, went full zombie and been eating the youngin. That would have been really funny.
It would have been awesome.
But Judith is already dead, so I don't think they're ever gonna kill Judith.
Well,
No.
it would be kind of a tragic event in it for you to kill the only newborn that we know of in the entire zombie existence.
Well, if we hadn't had the Planned Parenthood baby cell and stuff, I think they could have killed the baby, but none of us can take any more dead babies.
Yeah.
But when Dina said, I just wanted to see her one more time, but my legs gave out. She just wanted to see the baby one more, right? And I thought that was so awesome. And then he just looks at her and he goes, from now on, somebody needs to be with you. And it can't be her, meaning Judith. There was a little bit of humor.
Yeah, and she wanted to see her because, that's the continuation of the town. She sees the future in Judith. And I really think that's why she wanted to see her.
She is a long-term view kind of chick, isn't she, Moms?
Yeah. Yeah. And, like Jason said, Judith is already dead in the comics. And Deanna shoots Carl in friendly fire. So that obviously isn't going to happen now either.
Right.
Carl lost his eye.
Yeah. And I thought, this is it. Carl's either going to die or he's going to lose his eye, and neither one of them happened.
Wow. Now,
But I think it's a little bit too early for that stuff, probably. Or for Carl's getting shot in the eye. I think Hilltop has to be shown first before that.
is Hilltop Negan's camp, Jason?
No. It's the new guy called Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah. There's like a new colony, I think it's a hotel probably. But that's all I know so far.
Okay. Now, how about Dina? This surprised me. She gives a note for Spencer and Maggie, right? Because, Maggie was like her protege. And then she asks Rick to look out for Spencer like he does his people. I love the woman is dying, got a virus coursing through her, and she's still trying to help hard-headed, kill it, run over it, Rick, right? And she says, you did not run to help him because, she said, I didn't run to help you, Rick, because I like you, or you're such a great person, or you're a father, or you had a great beard. I did it because you're one of us, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty intense. She's trying to make it clear to him, right, that she took him in, but he hasn't taken in any of those townspeople.
And they didn't really play a lot of the townspeople. Like, they showed, I don't know what his name is. in the very beginning where Rosita and Tara went over and picked him up.
Plaid
then,
shirt.
Yeah, you don't know what happens to him.
Right. I've always called him Plaid Shirt.
I think it's Chandler or Stanley or something like that.
And then, how about in that intense conversation with Dina in the notes, Jesse calls Rick downstairs. I was like, oh, perfect timing, right? So, because that was getting really intense, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got Tara and Rosita and Eugene in the garage. And Tara thinks the place ain't over. This place just has a price to pay. Like Michonne, she really wants that place to work.
Yeah.
And that surprised me because I think Tara is like loosey-goosey, whatever, camping out there with the walkers for the rest of her life, you know?
Like,
I don't see Tara that way. I see her as wanting a stable environment, so she can see where it would work if they could just get rid of the walkers now.
Yeah.
Then Rosita's sad. I've never seen her sad, right? When she said, I feel like Abe is dead, and Tara's like, no, I did not see it. And this place is not over. Like, if she don't see it, she does not give up. You know, like Rosita's imagining Abe's dead, right?
And wait till he comes back and, tells her about Sasha.
Yeah.
Now wait, Fuzzfork has a really good thought. Why didn't they have a safe house just in case the little town was overran? That would make sense.
Because this is Alexandria, where Rick and them didn't give anybody in there a brain.
Yeah.
You know, in whatever time our group has been there, they have made no fallback plan like they've always had. You know, which way they'd head out of a house, whatever.
They have like a "this won't happen to me" type of mentality.
Oh, yeah, and that's like, I thought about that with the ants. Here's Alexandria kids, people, having to deal with everyday problems that we still have to deal with and not having to deal with walkers. And here's Rick's group that doesn't have to deal with the mainstaying things of life, like ants. They're out there dealing with walkers.
Yes.
So I kind of thought that paralleled, everybody's life, and plus the ants represented the walkers overtaking the town, eating that cookie. I thought about that during this episode.
Mom is deeper than the ocean. Deeper than the ocean. I knew you and Jason would have something deep. Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, it's like with the walkers or the ants just like clawing down, and then them surrounded by the cookie is going to be like Alexandria.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because I was like, they're focusing on that cookie a lot. Moms and Jason will have this. Ooh. Now, another fun part, a little bit of humor, comes with Eugene. Remember, was it Tara or Rosita wanted to, get into the house? And so they're, thinking, we want to get in and see. And Eugene goes, I've got this. What did he say? Lock picking is within my skill set. And he just took over. I was like, oh, you manly man, the power of the bullet again, Tommy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jason.
When I saw him, he just had this the straight paper clips. Like, you need more than that. I mean,
yeah, at least two.
Like pieces, at least.
At least two, Moms.
Well, I thought whenever he had his back up against that building, I thought this is his moment. This is where he's just going to come out and show everybody, how wrong we are. I thought, oh, you suck.
That's awesome. Now, how about, I didn't think walkers could make it up the stairs in that house, but what they have, they're holding up the sofa there that they had moved back from the wall with it, right? When the walkers are in the house. And Rick goes, we're going to need two of them. I get this one, Michonne, you get the next one. I was like, why the hell why are we pulling two walkers upstairs?
Yeah, I knew what they were going to do.
You and Jason knew?
Oh, I knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
They got to get out of the house.
And again, that's going back to what, season 1,
Yes.
and Michonne did it too.
Yep. Well, I don't know why they've never taken, I thought maybe they're going to put them on chains like Michonne did. Remember, because that worked. She didn't have to walk around with guts, right?
Yeah. I never really got that concept. I mean, like, you could be like 3 or 5 feet away from them, and then, but in the first season, they showed like they could be this close and still kind of smell you.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, if you sneeze or something, they turn their head, and go, yeah, this was very weird.
Did it remind anybody of Lady Gaga's meat dress?
Oh, God, yes. Yes, Moms. Oh, Lord. But I thought that was, and then I don't know what the word is, the graphicness of them up there digging their hands, right, into the walkers. Jesse doesn't throw up. Sam is standing there, and then like a terrible mother who doesn't understand a psychotic break in her kid, just pretend that you're brave and not afraid. How about we duct tape his mouth, right? Put a little slit in it and cover him with a sheet and hold his hand. This kid ain't left his bedroom in for freaking ever. Mom, oh, I wanted to shoot my television.
And even a normal kid that hasn't had a psychotic break, you never say, let's just pretend you're brave.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the bravest kid in the world, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to slap her too.
Yeah, because another thing they could have done is like, put the Vulcan meld on his shoulder, knocked him out, right? Punched him hard enough. It sounds terrible. And then kind of be dragging him, holding him under your arm. But anything, and then we got it. Now, was Judith put under Carl's?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't positive whose body it was.
Yeah.
Because aren't we all thinking it's going to be Judith who cries? Say what, Jason?
Gabriel. It's like, help me.
Right, yes, that was awesome.
Give me your precious child, and I won't run.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Now, the two of y'all probably got more of the deep conversation of Carol and Morgan and the wolf, right? So then Morgan saying this could have waited, it should have. What did y'all think of that? I didn't quite get that, but I was mad when he knocked my girl out with his stick.
Yeah, he threw her on the ground. That was just like, holy cow.
Yeah.
For a moment, I thought she was got a big concussion now.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be something if she died, and he broke his all life is precious rule?
Oh.
I hope not.
Yeah.
But that would be a twist. But that's I agreed with Tommy. For a while there, I thought Carol Fallen is not Carol-like. She's probably got some kind of plan. And then whenever they showed her getting dizzy and looking down the stairs, I thought, well, maybe she really did fall. I mean, she fell, but maybe she really does have a concussion. But when she said something like, she's just resting her eyes, immediately I thought, yeah, she's just biding her time. Because I knew that, she wants to know what's in that cell.
And see, y'all are so smart. You and Jason get that, because I'm like, oh my God, of all times for Carol to be at her physical weakness is when, the walkers have invaded the town. Y'all totally get her. But see, that makes sense, don't it? Because she sprung down them stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you heard her opening and closing the door. Well, you didn't hear him opening and closing the door. I thought for sure that they'd be overrun with walkers.
Oh.
But they weren't.
This is what gets me the most about Morgan and the stupidity of this is the poop could not have hit the fan more. And he is going to fight Carol over killing a wolf. I would have slashed that wolf's throat and said to Denise, we got to work on a plan to get out of here.
Yeah.
Instead, he's still defending the unprecious life of the wolf. Now, our girl Denise, their only doctor, is drug out the door. This is so insane. Morgan must die. You know what I mean?
Well, the wolf is realizing how valuable Denise is, so he might be taking her back to where he's from. But Morgan's got to go, because how many people have to die because Morgan won't kill anyone? And
Yeah.
When Michonne said, it doesn't boil down to 4 little words, it's not that easy. I kind
Yep. So they may be taking her back to the cannery, Jason, where Daryl and Aaron were trapped.
Yeah. Or maybe to the armory.
Yes.
And then that's where they're going to meet Rick and the group. Because Rick said, like, we need to get to the armory.
Yeah, like there ain't enough bullets in there, honey, to hit them all in the head. There's hundreds of them, right? Ugh. And then we got Michonne again in Deanna's room. And when Michonne said, I'll do it if you want me to, I was like, oh, God, this would kill Michonne to stick her in the head, right? And Deanna said, no, I'm not ready. Not yet. I will be soon. And when I am, I'll do it myself. And she held her gun up, and I realized she was going to eat her gun. I thought that was very brave of that little thug woman.
Yeah, I got respect for her. I didn't like her up until this episode because of what she did at the church,
Yeah.
the bell tower. Yeah. You finally start liking her, and she dies.
Yes.
But that's how it is.
They connected, and the way she was in there with Rick, who thinks he can do it all, right, and could have learned from her. And then she tells Michonne, right, go, they need you. And what did Michonne say? Something, you for believing, thank you for believing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, and Deanna said, I still do. Someday this pain will be useful to you, was that saying.
Yeah.
And you gotta figure it out. Michonne says she will, and Deanna said, good, give 'em hell. She was a total broad.
Yeah.
And I had no idea she was a broad. Go ahead, Moms.
Then when she came out shooting the walkers and made that face, that reminded me, do you remember that show that everybody got some kind of infection that killed most of the people in the world, and they all turned into these zombie-like people, and it might have been Tom Hanks starred in it. Anyhow, the face that she made was the same face that these zombie-like people make before they attack you.
Oh,
you're talking about I Am Legend.
And I love that movie. You drive around killing lions and crap.
You're talking about I Am Legend.
That's it. That's it.
As Will Smith.
Okay, well, whatever.
It's still a guy. Whatever.
I knew it was something like that. But that's what that face reminded me of.
How about when the wolf says to Carol, and he looks dead serious, you don't belong here. He sees in Carol, I think, what he is, because we know Carol's the only one willing to do what's got to be dude, right?
Pretty much Carol will do what she has to do to keep everybody safe.
Yeah, because she doesn't think me, me, me. And then how about when the wolf, Morgan takes out Carol, then the wolf attacks him. Mr. Kung Fu Monkey Head, right, or whatever that was called, from Eastman Head, he, now all of a sudden, he just knocks out Carol, freezes with his stick, but we've seen him surrounded and take out 9. He don't see the wolf coming up.
Yeah.
Well, when he dropped Carol, did you hear that noise? Like he broke her back?
No.
Can you imagine her debilitated?
No.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, crippled. Yeah, paralyzed.
Yeah. So it could go either way right there.
I will be so mad. Our thug. There's no electric turbo wheelchairs. Go, Jace.
It's like, remember when she got hit by the car and then she got paralyzed or something like that?
Yeah.
Wheelchair. What if that opened up that little wound thing again or something like that?
Yes. Oh my God, y'all remember stuff that blows my mind. And Fuzz made a good point. When someone's holding somebody a hostage, you don't give up your weapons. You know, like, what was that, Tara and Rosita who came in?
Yeah.
Who came in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, once you do that, you're done. You know what's funny? Is my husband and I practice home invasion scenarios, and one of those is that very thing. You let her go, put your gun down or I'm a shooter. Let them. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Watch them rape me?
He needs him to get out of there. So
Yes.
he's not going to kill her.
Right. Call their bluff, but don't give up your weapon. But we practice that because the only thing that's going to happen is after you give up your weapon, you're going to watch them rape me or kill me anyway. You know what I mean? Or they're going to tie us both up and we're going to burn. Don't give up your weapon.
Also, I found it funny that it's like, throw your guns over here, and then Eugene has and he's like, why are you throwing your machete? He only said to throw your guns over here.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. You know? And then what? Just let us die? That was weird. Just be still. That's when he creeped me out. Just be still. And they slide over the guns. Okay, and then the creepy line, slide your guns over. I want them. He is such a creepy creep wolf. He creeps me. He is the stuff of nightmares. And then walks out there. Just let us die. That was just horrible. Ugh. And Tara looked devastated, but boy, did they comply real quick. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, we'll do that.
Well,
And
Tara and her have a thing.
That's right. Denise and Tara are girlfriends now.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, where is Morgan when this was happening? Where is he? I mean, I had to. Oh, duh, I missed that part. Okay, because Mr. Stick Kung Fu Eastman head is not all, whipping his stick around. He just takes out Carol, then he gets took out.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Ooh, how creepy was it watching Rick's crew walk down the stairs, and then I was shocked when they held hands, threading their way through the walkers in the street.
I thought this was really cool. There's a real cool shot when they're just on the porch and they're just looking around. That was a real cool shot.
And hearing the growling, yeah, it was, and we had it was like slow motion almost is how I saw it. It wasn't in slow mo, and it was just no dialogue, just that was intense. You're right. That's a good point. Now I cannot even talk.
Mom.
Oh, Moms, I want to kill him. Nobody said don't speak nothing because we just walk around with the psychotic break kit. Mom.
Nobody told him.
What?
Nobody really told him.
No, they treat him like a mushroom, right? They keep him in the dark and feed him cookies. In this case, he shares with his ant friends.
Yeah.
And then I cannot even talk about how comforting it was to see what I thought was the cavalry, right? My Daryl, good looking, all sweaty, dirty, bleeding, right? Sasha got our man Abe sitting up in Patty, all strong, and then they come up on the motorcycle gang.
Yeah, and they just got the RPG. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
They could do that to take care of Alexandria.
Mm-hmm. But isn't it weird that they stopped and they see those guys with weapons? One's got a rifle or a shotgun on the back motorcycle, and they get out of the truck. Wouldn't you think they would try and plow through them? Because they've got to that's a fuel truck, so where is, I know Daryl lost his bow, but Abe and the girl, Sasha, had weapons, and they're just in that little bitty cab. It's not like they threw them in the back of the fuel truck where the fuel is. Why did they...
I think it's like a container type of fuel, not like the cylinders. I think it's like a pull-up little back on it.
Oh.
It's not like an actual tank back there.
Okay, because...
Oh, I thought it was.
Because otherwise they would have all their weapons sitting on their lap. But why did Daryl stop? And then when they said, get out of your truck, and they're outnumbered, they get out the truck.
Well, Daryl sees a motorcycle, he's stopping.
Okay. Respect the bike, moms. Okay,
Yeah.
we're not running over bikes with Patty. Oh my God.
It was his weakness.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, shiny chrome. Let me see. And
Yeah.
how cool did Abe look in his beautiful suit jacket, standing at full attention? And Sasha has the glow butt. Her butt is red, got her chin down. And I love they let Negan. Is that who he is, Jason Negan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Negan.
Okay, let him down to your extra napkins in the console, the corn under your seat, because he knows Daryl's a redneck corn-eating mofo, right? And it was like his lines were epic. But I'm thinking, here's the cavalry coming to Alexandria, right? Because once our people get outside the broken wall, they still got hundreds of walkers out there, and they get stopped by this group who wants, the lint, wrapped around their toes from their socks. So your property now belongs to Negan. So what the hell is going to happen in February?
Yeah. And there was no sign of Lucille.
There was what, Moms?
No sign of Lucille. That's the name of his bat. I was looking for it.
Oh. Well, this was the best 1 hour ever, but the only thing I hate that AMC's doing is trying to hold me hostage to watch the sword fight of Badlands just to see the preview in February. I already pay to see this channel, and now you're holding me hostage. I felt violated to see the preview for what's going to happen in February. That is absolutely retarded to try and force feed us this terrible show.
Like they did show it again on Talking Dead. So if you decided to just like, oh screw that, I don't want to watch it, type of thing.
Yeah. Now, but I didn't know if they'd show it. Now, how deep was Dina's character on Talking Dead? I mean, that woman, I just think people should act, but, she got all 800 ways into what her character was, and you could tell she was really bummed that she died on the show, because she said she loved it.
Yeah, she was asking like who had to screw to get a flashback.
Yes! Oh my God. Yeah, like, okay, let it be a dream, right? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Well, I thought it was great that they got a lot into 1 hour, but I wish it would have been an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Done
more with the saviors. But
yes.
Yeah. I saw like a type of like predictions or something like that. It's like they think it's too early they want to focus more on the saviors. There's like the bike group on there.
Okay. So maybe when we come back in February, we're not going to know what happened in Alexandria, and it's going to be about Daryl and Sasha and Abe being taken hostage by these turds, or are our guys going to have a big shootout with them?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I haven't really read in the comic books of what happens at that point. I mean, like, I know that it was Rick, Michonne, Andrea, and I think that's it that ran into them. Into that.
Oh.
Instead.
Okay. Did they die?
I don't know. I just heard that somewhere.
Go ahead, Moms.
In the graphic novel, they actually killed the entire group, except for 2 of them.
Good.
And
they just left the lieutenant and then said to give him a message to Negan.
Okay. Do you think it's going to come back in February, Moms, and we're just going to be on the road? And they're going to leave us hanging like they did with Glenn?
No, I think they're going to work both storylines in, because I think what we're going to see is Daryl and Sasha and Redhead go with a motorcycle group, or get stranded alongside the road. And then Rick has got to meet the Hilltop group. That's the next the next conflict that they're going to get into, and they already casted, Jason said, they already casted Jesus, and I heard that they cast Gregory or Rich, that's the leader of the Hilltop people. So one of them is Denny from Grey's Anatomy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Negan is Jeffrey Dean Morgan, which is that guy.
Oh. Well, I tell you, it was bugging because I'm just hoping when they come back that R3 and Patty have some kind of mad plan where they just blast those guys off their motorcycles and then they try to make their way home to help our crew.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if Negan is Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that's Denny. That's who's playing Negan.
Okay, now Jason, Fuzz says in the previews that kid of Jesse's, the little one, Sam, he freaks out at the end. Did you catch that?
Yeah, like calling mom or something like that.
Yeah.
The preview that came after. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't really see the preview. I don't really remember.
Yeah, as the credits were going, he yelled "bum" 2 or 3 times, and then it went to a black screen, and then all you heard was the uprising of the walkers. Where they just started really growling.
Yes, which means they would have turned towards him. Now, we can't have Jessie live without her kid and still be a love interest to Rick, because she's going to be 8 ways of broken. But I know Rick's going to move away from that group. He has to. I wouldn't die. He's still got that mindset. He said to Tara, "It's the second time you almost died for these people. Are you stupid? What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah. Type them up.
Yep. Fuzz says the next episode, maybe it'll be called Final Jeopardy. Oh, yeah. Oh, this was so creepy, I tell you what. But did you like it, Tommy?
It was pretty good. It was a lot better than the Morgan episode.
Definitely.
Oh, with the Eastman for an hour and a half of Kung Fu Funk. Yeah,
but I'm like the rest of you. I wished it'd been like an hour and a half, 2 hours long, something. We're not going to have it until February again, so they could have gave us a little extra.
They could have fed us something, yep. I don't want to see Rick with Jessie. She's such a clueless kind of chick.
Well, the way she came out and handled that gun, that was like, oh, where'd that come from?
She saved their butts. Our crew would have died. And she's like, pow, 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 this way. And they follow her into the house. I was like, oh, yeah. Wish you could save your own little spastic-minded kid upstairs. Or fought your husband who kicked your tail like that. And broke your son Ron's shoulder so bad he can't lift his arm over his head. All of a sudden, misabused woman finds some courage, But, yeah, I dug, and I'm with Jason. Now, my favorite scene is what Jason talked about. When they walk on the porch and we have no dialogue and it's just, you just hear it. It's not overwhelmingly loud, but they had to feel like they were in slow motion on that porch.
Yeah. Especially the new people, too, the being covered in blood, just finding that out. Like, is that going to work?
Yeah.
What is it? The smell, Jason. What is the smell like? Oh my God. Rotting body and flesh.
Yeah. Gabriel's about to puke again.
Yeah.
I watched an interview with Glenn, and he said that dumpster scene, he said that took several hours and several days, and they just kept, I guess it was ribs that they just kind of threw in under there.
Oh.
And he said by the end of filming, it was so rank. Can you imagine laying in that stuff?
Yeah. Flies everywhere.
In Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
It was probably 98 degrees, right? And then, the asphalt gets hotter.
Yeah, but he was underneath the garbage can, but it's either get hot or get really stinky.
Oh.
Oh.
And remember, his own body heat's going to be reverberating off the bottom of that can, and his body heat locked into that asphalt. Oh, and he hardly, I could have never squeezed under it. I mean, thankfully he's a little Korean, Asian, whatever fella. I know he gets upset when they call him the wrong one. Remember when I called him a Jap or something? Abe did, and he goes, "I'm Korean." Right? He's just a... He's
Whatever.
just... Yeah, like Lori could have slid her bag of bones up under there, but I don't know who else could have slid under that small space but him, because he ain't got no butt. If you got a butt, you're not going under there.
Yeah, they throw fat people to the wolves. So let's say, whenever Shane went on that run with the guy at the farm, Junior or whatever his name was,
Yes.
let's just sell him out. And you said I would never fit in under that dumpster. I'd try my hardest.
All right, well, we've hit the 1 hour mark, Tommy. We're almost an hour and 5 minutes.
All right. Well, people, thanks.
Have a good hunt tomorrow, Fuzz Fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait until February. Until again.
We'll be back in February.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey.
Bye, y'all.